Good morning. Who told you? And whom did you tell? Here we are at sunrise on Mount Arbel. I think we're higher, well, maybe not higher, but we're in a place we always wanted to come to. But actually we have something else as a surprise today for you. So we'll get there little by little, just to appreciate. Look at how green it's got. Isn't this amazing? This was all brown a month ago. Today is a very special day. Every day is very special. But some days have their own special mark, and so does today. And today we're looking especially across the lake to Bethsaida, to the home of two little boys. Their daddy was probably a fisherman, because they were fishermen. They were actually. And then their grandpa was probably a fisherman, and their uncles and their granduncles. How often they would have rowed the Sea of Galilee, maybe across here to Magdala to sell the fish, because it was going to be processed in Magdala and sold to Rome. And these fishermen became fishers of people. They met Jesus and they went out to tell. And today is St. Andrew. Look at the light shining on Tzfat. It's a very special Jewish town. You can see the windows, the sun is reflecting on them. And Andrew immediately reflected the light on his brother and he said, "We met Jesus. I want you to meet him." Imagine that one introduction, what it meant. Imagine the parents of a little boy, and his name was, the family name was Roncalli. Little poor farming family. Imagine what the parents did for that little boy. He became Pope John the 23rd. You never know who you're dealing with. You never know what the call means and how important it is. And Andrew heard the call. He had that inner grace to follow Jesus. And then along with him comes Peter. He invites Peter. He tells his brother. And the rest is history, as people say. What a history. And I'm sure Andrew did a lot more. We're always in relationships, and it's important to be in relationships. Oh, look at the birds coming. They're coming right over our head. Look at this. Look at this, people. Look at how many there are. We're up here, okay? Over Migdal at Mount Arbel. Can you hear them? The migrating birds on their way to Africa. Oh, there's another set over here. Look at them, just under that little light cloud formation. And another big set coming now, huge. Look at this. And they're spread out for more than a mile, I think. Look at the way they spread over there. So 3 sets, one after another. This is amazing. Millions of birds migrate every year from Asia and Europe to Africa. We got a feast for the eyes today. And there's more coming. I see them. I see 3 sets coming. There are 3 sets coming in the distance from back here. So we had 3 go through, and there's another 3 coming. 3 separate ones. Oh, that's marvelous. So the fact that Andrew told Peter, who told you? Who told you? Peter heard it from Andrew. And then Peter went off and invited. Relationships, 2 brothers. And these 2 brothers actually symbolize an extraordinary relationship today, because St. Andrew is very much associated with Constantinople, today Istanbul, and he was martyred in Patras in Greece. That's how far his call and answer to Jesus led. Amazing. And then his brother Peter in Rome was martyred in Rome. And they are a great joy to our church, to the body of disciples of Jesus. Their fidelity forged our fidelity. It was very important, such a contribution, to see their incredible fidelity to Christ. It inspired so many. And today, because of the very painful division for over 1,000 years between the East and Western Christians, Andrew and Peter are great symbols of this unity. And on this day, there's always a very special delegation from Rome goes to the celebration in Constantinople. Not sure how it will be now with COVID, but there will be definitely great signs and of communion and interaction. And then for the 29th of June, Peter and Paul come. On the Feast of Peter and Paul, then the Patriarch Bartholomew has often come to St. Peter's and other delegations of the Orthodox churches to express that union we have, that communion. Relationships are so important. And they are very fragile. Relationships break very easily. We are very fragile. People, we have a guest this morning I want to introduce to you. But maybe we'll just have another word of scripture first. And now I see 1, 2, 3, 4 waves of birds coming. This is amazing. We just got the day here. There we are. And I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more behind these, all coming from back here. It's just absolutely amazing. This was the right moment to be up here. A blessed moment. People ask, when is the right time to come to the Holy Land? The right time is when you come, because that's when you will be receiving grace. But the right time is every day for you, because we're always receiving grace. There's a grace in every circumstance, and now is the right time for each of us. And that's what Andrew realized when he met Jesus. Now is the right time. And then he went and told his brother Peter. Look at this, they're all coming still here. Then there's another set over there. And then there are more coming in the back. It's just amazing. Wave after wave. Let's go up a little bit here. You see all the birds coming in from the left. So now, even if more birds come, I'm going to continue reading the text. So this first reading from the letter to the Romans is very, very beautiful, very inspiring. And it says, the scripture says, no one who believes in him will be put to shame. It also says that there is no distinction between Jew and Greek. The same Lord is Lord of all, enriching all who call upon him. For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. But how can they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how can they believe in him of whom they have not heard? You see? Who told you? And whom have you told? And how can they hear without someone to tell them? And how can somebody go out to tell them unless they are sent? This is a great dynamic in human life. And then relationships start. Relationships with Jesus. Relationships with each other as disciples. And a mission. And many of our troubles are resolved in good relationships. Many of our troubles are resolved with a great sense of mission. Participating in something together. Your words, Lord, are spirit and life. So we have a special guest today, and we'll have that conversation now. And here we are in a place that we'll have to come back another day to explore more. And this is this big cave here in Mount Arbel. So we're finally here. But we're going to leave the exploration for another day because we have a special guest who's actually saying goodbye today. There come more birds. There goes Father Juan. Good morning. Here's Father Guillermo. It's a great place to come to pray. And that's what we do here on Mount Arbel so many days, so many mornings. So today we're going to say goodbye to somebody very special who has been here in Magdala for a long time, 4.5 years. And it's a great place to meet and say goodbye to Roberto because
good morning, everyone.
we're just overlooking Magdala here. And we're at this beautiful sunrise moment. And so, Roberto, why don't you stand here? Because then I can get good light on your face and we can keep an eye on the sun. And we have Magdala, where you spent a lot of your sweat and toil. Say again?
You got the eye of a cameraman.
Well, Roberto is a great media man and he really made our media happen here in this time of COVID. And so we have a lot to thank Roberto for.
Yeah, for me it was something really special.
Let me give you the microphone, Roberto.
Oh, thank you.
Roberto, his family name is Oriol,
Thank you.
and he has contributed so much to Magdala. Roberto, tell us about your story.
Well, I arrived here 4 years and a half. Just after I finished the Camino of Santiago in Spain, I walked 850 kilometers in 1 month, just with one pack and myself and a couple of good fellows that were walking with me. I crossed the border between France and Spain, the Pyrenees, and from there I arrived to Santiago de Compostela. And just for a couple of days after I finished the Camino, I have the opportunity to come here. I didn't know what I will expect, but after 4 years and a half, I just can say thank you to Magdala, to God that allowed me to have this beautiful experience in the Holy Land, to get to know a lot of pilgrims, to get to know the Holy Land in another way that I will never expected before, because I lived here for 4 years and a half. I got a lot of Muslims friends, I got a Jewish friends, Christians from different denominations like Syrian Orthodox, Greek Orthodox, Coptics, and from all parts of the world that we get together here in the Holy Land. And for me it was something special. And today to come here and to see all these beautiful birds just flying in the Lake of Galilee, I have never been so many groups of birds flying together in the sunrise. So for me it was also like the cherry of the cake.
The pinnacle bird experience.
Yes.
That's great. And you're flying away as well,
Yes, I'm flying next week.
like the birds.
Yeah, I'm flying like the birds. Next week I will go to Jerusalem to enjoy my last week here in the Holy Land, to say goodbye. And as the phrase says, you will always come back to Jerusalem. You will never miss it. It will be always in your heart.
You will always miss it, but you will not avoid it. You will. What are you trying to say in Spanish? You will never miss it. You wanted to say the opposite, actually.
Well, you will never miss Jerusalem. Like Jerusalén, si tú me olvidara.
I see. You don't want to forget it.
Yeah, I don't want to forget
Yeah,
Jerusalem.
you'll never forget Jerusalem. Yes.
I will never forget Jerusalem.
They say the translation. There's a famous proverb to translate is to betray meaning.
Yeah.
So there, the meaning got switched around in the translation. So Roberto, what are the biggest experiences you had here? What would you say about the Holy Land? Or just anything in your heart. Don't have to answer my questions. Just share what's in your heart. I know you met your girlfriend and you're going to get married in less than a year, at the beginning of November next year, and so you have a lot to share there. But whatever's in your heart, you'd like to share.
Well, first of all, for me, Holy Land was an encounter with myself, because I really have that deep encounter with my faith, with myself, and with others in Magdala. That is a beautiful place of encounter. And also I encountered the love of my life, that it's Aida, a volunteer that was here like almost 3 years ago. And I get to know her because she came here to do internship in the hotel. So for me it was something really, really special. Look, all the birds that are behind me, it's just amazing. Yesterday also I went to the Hula Valley 2 days ago to see also the sunrise, in the sunrise time, and it was just amazing, the sound of all the birds that were there, because that's the place where they live, like 40 minutes from here in the Golan Heights. And you just hear all the cry of the birds every time. Well, and also for me, the Holy Land also mean like to get to know my faith deeper, and also all the social and cultural things that this place has, with all the history that is behind it. So I have really get to know a lot of things that I have never get in touch before in my life, like the Judaism, the Islam, Christianity, and all this history that Jerusalem, the Holy Land has. For me, has been amazing.
Thank you, Roberto. Thank you. What message would you give to people here? What's in your heart to say to people? A word of encouragement, a word of what's the Lord putting in your heart now?
Well, I think for me, this period of COVID has been a little bit different. I get to learn new things, like all the social media, and for me also one of the biggest gifts that I received in this period has been to share Holy Land with thousands of people that I never imagined that a telephone, a cell phone, or like Facebook, YouTube could do it. And at least to be that messenger that brings hope for me has been amazing, and also had taught me to be more patient and to learn to enjoy the things that we have every day. So I know that now a lot of people cannot go out from their places, from their home cities, but I think this is a lesson that we need to learn to enjoy the things that we have, our family, our house, our beloved ones, our friends. And what I have tried to do also in this COVID has been to maybe have virtual encounters with my friends. So sometimes I have a beer with a friend in Spain or in Mexico. We get together at least through the phone and we talk. And it's the same as you go to the bar, but instead of doing it physically, at least you do it virtually. And I have a lot of very good talks with a lot of friends in this way. So I encourage you not to see the bad things of this part, but also the good things, that we can have more time for ourselves and to be together with the people that we really wanted.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful message. Roberto, this is a very special location. Look down at Magdala, and why don't you just wave goodbye there to Magdala? So we have this very special moment that you're waving goodbye.
Oh, for me it was amazing because every morning when I arrived here since 4 years and a half with Father Juan, we used to come here to do this walk, to sit a little bit, to enjoy the sunrise. And Magdala in these 4 years and a half has changed a lot. Those buildings weren't there. Just one part of the south wing was the one that existed, and the Duke in Altum, of course, when I arrived. But for me, it has been also a great pleasure to see how the project developed in these 4 years and a half. And it's a pity that at the end, when everything was finished, 4 months later, we got this COVID situation, and our plans of Magdala development had stopped us to grow in the way that the Magdala project wanted. But we hope that in the following months, this situation will get better, and a little by little, all the projects will be coming back again. Thank you for all, Magdala. Thank you for all of you that follow Father Amon also in the strong chat. Keep going in this beautiful program that he has, because I think he has a lot of things to share with you, and these are like those little drops of hope that we can grab in our daily lives.
Thank you so much, Roberto. I think that's a great final word, and I was planning to say more, but I think we leave it like that, with the sun rising, the birds migrating, Roberto smiling and taking off like the birds, and going to meet the love of his heart, Ada, whom we also greet. I'm not sure she's watching live, but she might get a chance to see this beautiful testimony later. And we wish them well. We wish a very blessed married life, a great preparation for marriage. Many people prepare the wedding day, but they forget to prepare for marriage. So we wish that for you and pray for you, Roberto, with deep gratitude for all you have done for all of us. And I include all of our viewers.
Thank you, Father Raymond. Thank you, all Magdala friends. Have a wonderful day.
People, God bless you. See you later, alligators.